Julianne Kirk-Doyle, and thank you for listening to my performance today. I wanted to speak just a little bit about something I'm very passionate about, the soft palate air leak. Many players encounter this, particularly in this time of COVID, where we're not playing in ensembles regularly. And then we amp up our practice for maybe a recording, or we're practicing for an audition, and we haven't been playing as intensely as usual, and maybe some of our fundamental approaches to breathing or embouchure or tongue position have become lacking, and therefore we find that we fatigue easier and then our soft palate goes out. And what the soft palate is it's a little muscle that closes off the nasal passage so that when you blow, instead of the air coming out of your nose, it'll come out your mouth and go into the clarinet. So when that becomes fatigued, it's kind of like a deflated balloon. It doesn't seal. And so one of the things that I have worked with a lot of players on is helping them discover what the problem is for their particular issue with the soft palate air leak. And we look at ways to work through that. And I would say that if you find that you are having problems with the soft palate air leak, stop playing immediately. And then the next time you play, start with a very short duration, keep a journal. And it's very important to log when it happens, what you were playing, and how long you've been playing. At that point, then, you are able to discover what the potential source of that is. Is it when I play high and loud? Is it when I play low and soft? Is it when I'm trying to make a connection happen? Is it after a lot of technique? And so you discover maybe where some tension is in your body. For example, a lot of people can get tense in the shoulders, or maybe our posture isn't great. We're not bringing the clarinet to us. We're coming to the instrument. And this is universal for a lot of instruments. I've seen brass players. We have singers. We have all sorts of people that struggle with the soft palate. So a lot of things can stem from just basic fundamentals of breathing. So take some time in your practice every day to breathe. Do breathing exercises, work on breath capacity, and how long you can suspend the breath comfortably. So I would like to give you one breathing exercise that I find really, really helpful. And this is taken from a tuba player named Sam Palafian, who is very famous for the breathing gym. I worked with him at a conference back in 2000, I believe, and this is where I picked up this particular breathing technique, and I use it all the time. So we want to start by inhaling. We put the metronome on 60, or you can use a clock, use 60 seconds. And you inhale for 8 counts. Hold the breath for 8 counts, or suspend it in your lungs. Don't have tension holding that breath. And then you expel that air for 8 counts. So you can try it with me. So we inhale for 8. Exhale. That might have been a little faster than 60, but you get the point. Then you work to increase your hold time. You might go to 12 seconds, 16, 20, 22, 24. Work your way up to whatever duration you can hold comfortably, but the minute you start feeling tension, or when you exhale you can't do it evenly over 8 counts, you've reached kind of your maximum. But the idea behind this is working on how we fill up. And I neglected to mention that before you begin inhaling, it's very important to exhale. And many double reed players work on this technique, and I think it's very essential for all wind players, and I use it in my playing quite a bit, to expel that stale air that's sitting in your lungs and inhale fresh, clean air on a good full syllable. I use an O to fill my lungs nice and full. So if you note the soft palate, if you're a teacher and you hear a student getting little pops when they play, maybe when they release the clarinet or release the oboe or whichever instrument they're playing, kind of an explosion upon a release, that is meaning there is some sort of extra tension happening in the throat. Perhaps when they start to play, they kind of bear down when they start to initiate the sound. And what we want to get to is an inhale, and then the breath comes very easily through the instrument. That resistance can come also from maybe a hard setup, or perhaps there's an obstruction in the instrument, a leak in the instrument. So having all of those things checked is really, really important. So I hope these small tips will help you if you are encountering some issues with the soft palatal air leak, and help you alleviate it, or at least perhaps prevent it in a future performance. When it does happen, you need to stop. And if you're in performance, it's very difficult to do. What I would encourage is if you are in between pieces and you can switch to a softer beat, you can do that. Do some breathing exercises, take a little extra pause. If you're playing a piece that has repeats, take the repeats out, and see if you can make it to the end of the performance. This happened to me in my master's recital, and I didn't know what it was. And I wish I had, and then I would have known better how to work around it in performance. Now, if I notice any kind of fatigue, I focus on my ear support. It's the first place I go, and it's probably the most important thing about what we do as wind players is breathe. So that can be that essential fundamental that leads us to having some soft palate fatigue. So good luck. If you have any questions about the soft palate, please email me. My email address is kirkj@potsdam.edu. Best wishes.